Okay, in this second exercise, coding exercise, it's going to be about getting you more control in your code. So, for example, I'm making an app. This is not the app at all, this is some baby code, yeah? So, in my app, I'm currently figuring out who should have access to certain pages. So, I'll have some sort of if, not this code, but I'm just kind of highlighting to give you some sort of visual. Okay, if something happens, if you're a certain kind of user, then you get access. Okay, let's get rid of this rubbish. It's not part of the if. Let's, your example code won't have this rubbish. There we go. That's how it is. Um, but in a more realistic situation, you're going to have an else as well, at least an else. Okay, well, not at least an else. That's not true. Sometimes you just want an if. So an else is like, well, it starts off with an if. You say if this is true, then do this stuff. But if it's not true, you got to do something else, right? This is very important. So in the example of my app, say if you're the right user, this is not really saying you're the right user, right? I'm just highlighting to give you a visual as I say, okay, then tell them welcome, for example. And if they're not the right user, don't just stay quiet, app. That would be dumb. That's a dumb app. Okay, you have to say, no, you're on the wrong user. You should always be giving your users feedback for, otherwise people will never use your app. Okay, you got to have the highest standards of service on your app. Okay, so um, then the next thing you got to know is how you compare things. A very important comparison is the double equals. Okay, you're not trying to make number equal to 100, you're testing if number is equal to 100. You're inside an if. Okay, you do not make variables equal to anything inside a test. You do the double equals for testing. Okay, what else have you got? The other one, the key one is greater than. A is greater than B. You always read left to right. Yeah, A is bigger than B. Hopefully you know enough maths to know what that symbol means. Is there a less than somewhere here? Oh, you got a less than. There we go. Right. One thing I haven't put in just as a bonus bit of information, but you won't need it necessarily right now, but you should be eager to learn this stuff. Not equal to, the number is not, if the number is not equal to 100, then what do you do, right? So anyway, let's get that back to how it was. So, my gosh, where's the equals gone? I've lost it. Okay, it's probably here somewhere. There it is. Alright, so let's run this code to give you a feel what's happening. So you run this code. It's always slow the first time. Hopefully you know that now. Um, and then as you've done the first exercise, so it's there we go. It's finally done it. So enter a number. Um, if I write the number 100, then press enter, it's going to say, oh, your number is 100. But if I run the code again and I write 4, press enter, oh, nothing happens because it's stupid code, right? A good code would say else, something, tell you something, what's going on. Okay, now when I was asked to make these coding classes for at least Ghana, um, by some friends of mine, they said, what else can you offer? And I said, well, mindset lessons, right? Because actually, the reason why people are not really coding in Ghana and Africa and many hot countries like where I am in Jordan is because, each society has got its strengths and weaknesses, and hot countries are all about getting things now, which has got its strengths. It's like a survival thing rather than thinking too much and just getting things done. But it doesn't work for getting things done like coding, because coding means you gotta have a vision. You don't. One of the things I've noticed is a lot of people want to get stuff right now in Ghana. Like, I want the money now, I need the laptop or something, and life's unfair. That's a really counterproductive, anti-coding mindset. Okay, don't. You've got to have a sort of very, I don't want to say positive because anybody can say positive. You've got to have a mindset which is about enjoying the process, but even before that, you've got to have a reason why you're doing something, and it's got to be nothing to do with money. You've got to enjoy making the world a better place. That's the only thing. If you can't think like that, you're just not going to do any good. You're not going to be good at coding. How can you make the world a better place with coding? Wow. If you got a good idea, I mean, there's so many things that the world needs, right? And if you're just trying to just make money or trying to, I don't know, it's just not going to work. You're not going to survive this course. You're not going to get anything good out of this course. So yeah, it's quite hard to find people like that, quite frankly. But also, I don't want to be miserable and difficult. Oh God, battery's dying. Um, I hope that there will be people on this course who I'll be able to employ to work for my, work on my app. So I want to give some light at the end of the tunnel. And the other thing is, if you really want people to employ you, you've got to have some evidence that you could do something. So I hope this stuff will teach you to make some small app so you can say, here, this is what I can do. And I'll hopefully teach you how to put it on the web so people can test it out on a small website. You can get free websites, really good addresses and stuff like that, and make cool apps, and I can show you where to do that. Anyway, cool. So hopefully that this video is useful. I will send you your copy of the exercise if you're on my course.